The morning sun filtered through the window, casting a golden glow over the quiet bedroom. Lily woke up earlier than usual. She looked over and saw Dad still fast asleep after a hard day's work.
Dad.
With her small hands, Lily gently touched his shoulder, nudging him and making soft little sounds as if to say, "Dad, wake up, it's daylight." Seeing Dad only stir slightly before falling back asleep, Lily decided to give him a surprise. She began her breakfast plan. First came the most important step, finding the budget. Lily crawled across the bed, flipped over every corner of the pillows, and hopped down to the floor, meticulously searching for the spare change Dad usually kept. Once she had gathered enough, she carefully tucked it into a small, cute knitted bag. Lily prepared her own outfit. She slung the bag over her shoulder
Ready, set, and go.
and grabbed her favorite blue helmet. Her movements were very practiced. She adjusted the helmet snugly to ensure absolute safety. Stepping out into the yard, Lily hopped onto her skateboard. With a skillful kick, she glided down the tree-lined path, beginning her journey to the market. The morning market was bustling with cries of vendors and the delicious aroma of food. Lily's appearance on her skateboard delighted many people.
Oh yeah.
She stopped at a familiar stall
Cái tiền đâu rồi? Tiền đâu? Cái tiền này.
and confidently held out the money in her hand to buy a bag of red apples and noodles.
Này, của con này. Này, của con này. Thank you.
Even though the bag of groceries was quite heavy, making the skateboard wobble occasionally, Lily maintained excellent balance. She stayed highly focused, gliding over small potholes and obstacles to bring her spoils home. Upon returning, Lily ran to wake Dad up.
Nhị Ly, Đi Ly. Đeo bài đấy. Hả? Đi đâu bài của túi hả? Đi đâu đây? Đâu đấy? Đi vào đây bạn. Đi đâu đấy? Đi mua gì về đúng không? Chào bà tí nha. Xếp lại nha. Đây. Ui trời. Muốn nằm ngủ hay sao? Rồi qua bên đi ngồi. Đây. Đó. Xếp gọn để đây nhé. Đi Ly, nghe nhạc thôi, đi nhạc. Nghe coi. Đi mua này hả?
When he walked into the living room, he was surprised and moved by his daughter's thoughtfulness.
Tiền đâu mua đây?
Lily proudly held up the bag of apples, as if to show off, I finished the shopping.
Mì tôm này, cái này mua cho ai đây? Mua cho bà hả? Cái này của Ly hả? Ly thích ăn cái nào? Ăn nào lấy đi. Này, ăn táo ha. Đây, cầm táo đây. Đưa túi cho bạn, đưa túi đây. Đưa túi cho bạn. Đây đây. Hết tiền hả? Treo đây nhá. Mua đây, treo đây cho con nhá. Cắt đây nhé, nhé. Cắt táo tôi đi ăn hay sao? Ăn đi. Này cắt tôi đi ăn nhé. Nhé. Rồi đi này, qua đây. Để làm cái táo không? Cái táo. Đi.
Two of them went into the kitchen together.
Đây nè. Đây. Đó đây. Đây con. Hai cái tầm này.
While Dad sliced the apples into even pieces, Lily stood by his side, watching intently. She helped him arrange the slices on the plate and took charge of whisking the eggs for the noodles.
Đây bỏ dưới đi. Đây nữa. Bỏ dưới. Đây nữa. Đây nữa. Đây. Bà đã bụng quá lìa. Nè. Bỏ dưới đi. Đây nữa. Đây nữa. Đây nữa. Rồi giờ bà tí cái bóc này nấu ăn chung nhé. Đây. Đây ăn chung nhé.
That breakfast tasted better than any other day because it was seasoned with Lily's effort and Dad's love. As the bowl of hot noodles was placed on the table next to the plate of fresh red apples she had bought herself, Lily's eyes sparkled with joy.
Đi ăn kia đi. Ăn đấy. Ăn này à?
Dad and daughter sat down together, enjoying the peaceful atmosphere of the early morning.
Được không? Ăn táo đi con, ăn táo đi. Thích ăn mì hả? Ăn táo đi. Tao ăn táo đi. Ăn táo đi. Đó.
Lily enthusiastically enjoyed the fruits of her labor. Each crunchy apple slice, mixed with a savory taste of the noodles, created the most delicious breakfast she had ever eaten.
Mì được không? Mì có được không?
In the gentle light of dawn, Dad looked at his little angel with tender affection. He did not forget to give Lily praise and a proud pat on the head for the help and care she had given him. In that moment, all tiredness seemed to vanish, leaving only the tight bond between Dad and daughter.
Ngon quá hả? Ly mua đấy. Ly mua ở đâu đấy? Nè. Đúng rồi đấy. Đây. Đây Linh.
A meaningful morning, closed with soft laughter and the warmth of sharing, promising many more happy journeys ahead. Coming home from school only to face the wall of a locked door, what would Lily do when Dad was away and her stomach was growling with hunger?
nước hả? Đây hả? Đây hả? Đây hả Ly? Đây hả?
Thank you.
Lily's tiny heart raced as strange noises echoed from the
Oh my
living
God.
room. Standing on the line between fear and courage, she hid behind the door, her big, round eyes observing every move of the stranger. An intense internal struggle took place. Should she run to find Dad or bravely face the intruder to protect her beloved home?
Oh my god!
The morning began peacefully in a small room where Lily lay relaxing on her soft bed. Instead of her usual energetic running and jumping, she appeared quite calm, her tiny hands holding an iPhone to scroll through photos and text her relatives. However, that quiet rhythm soon shifted when the sound of a motorbike engine echoed in the yard. Lily's father was preparing to lead his bike out of the gate for his morning market run. Lily remained lying there, her eyes fixed on the phone screen, open to the hallway with a single goal. Open to the hallway with a single goal, finding food. She ran straight to the familiar yellow refrigerator, but her excitement quickly turned to disappointment. It was completely empty.
Uh-oh. Dad. Hey.
Without a single scrap of food left, refusing to give up, Lily walked over to her small workspace. She flopped down into her chair, scratching her head in deep thought like an adult worrying about the family meal. After a moment of calculation, Lily decided she would go out and gather supplies herself. She began to suit up, carefully hanging a cloth bag around her neck. donning a lovely straw hat to shield herself from the sun, and not forgetting to take the paper money from the table, tucking it securely into her bag. With a blue plastic basket in hand, Lily confidently stepped out of the house gate to begin her quest for food. She walked alone along a small trail flanked by sprawling fields of lush green vegetables. To reach the garden with the best produce, Lily had to struggle to find a way to crawl through a thorny bamboo fence. After a while of harvesting and exploring, Lily carried her now heavy basket back home. The image of the tiny girl putting all her effort into climbing the porch steps with her hard-earned bounty was truly touching. Without waiting for her father to return, Lily brought the basket into the kitchen and climbed onto the counter to begin showcasing her culinary skills. Today's menu, instant noodle. Using both her hands and teeth, Lily summoned all her strength to tear off the stubborn plastic wrap of the noodle cup. Moving to the preparation stage, she opened the cup and placed the dried noodles into a small clay pot with a very professional air. Lily went to the water purifier, filled a cup with water, and poured it into the pot. Then she bravely turned on the gas stove and stood watching the steam rise from the boiling pot of noodles. While waiting for the noodles to cook, Lily rested at the dining table for a moment before rushing back to the kitchen, using a wide fork to stir the noodles evenly. Finally, she sat right on the kitchen counter, enjoying her self-cooked noodles with great relish and satisfaction. After finishing, Lily rested at her study desk, feeling the happiness of her newfound independence. However, the joy was short-lived. Just a moment later, Lily suddenly felt a sharp, cramping pain in her stomach. Her face contorted in agony. She clutched her belly and began hurriedly stripping off her clothes to run toward the bathroom. The conclusion of this independent morning was the sight of Lily huddled on the toilet.
Uh-oh.
She continuously held her stomach, putting her hands to her head with an expression of fatigue and endurance. Perhaps the self-cooked noodles or the strenuous journey through the garden had caused Lily's little tummy to protest, turning a morning of pride into an unforgettable memory. The early sun filtered through the window, shining on the pages Lily was engrossed in reading in the living room. The space was silent, save for the soft sound of turning paper. However, it wasn't long before her little tummy began to protest. Lily quietly set her glasses and book on the table, her tiny feet scurrying into the bedroom to find her dad. Finding Dad still deep in sleep, Lily didn't have the heart to let her stomach be hungry alone. She climbed onto the bed, using every tactic from shaking him to whispering to wake her hero.
Lily, gì đây? Đây hả?
The moment Dad opened his eyes, the little monkey girl lunged into his arms, snuggling and clinging to him, basking in his familiar warmth before starting a new day.
Ôi. Muốn đói được không? Đói đúng không? Bác làm cái gì liền nhé. Cái bếp làm gì ăn nhé. Đi.
The dad and daughter walked hand in hand into the bathroom.
Mở nước cho ai đi Linh.
Lily proved to be an incredibly sensible girl. Without waiting for a reminder, she stood on her tiptoes to turn on the faucet, watching the cool water flow for Dad to wash his face. When everything was done, those small hands expertly turned the faucet off tight, a neat gesture that made Dad smile with pride.
Sao? Đây này Linh. Sao đấy? Dối à? Ừ. Hôm qua mình làm hơi mệt nên dậy muộn. Chắc là đi đói lắm rồi nhỉ? Đúng không? Dối bạn à? Thôi qua ngồi đi, ngồi qua làm gì cho ăn nhé. Đây, ngồi đây.
Dad carried Lily into the kitchen, seating her firmly on a tall box so she could observe his entire culinary world.
À,
Today, the menu featured bright red watermelon.
con bỏ cái cho bạn đi. Giỏi đó. Ngon quá ha.
As Dad began to slice the fruit, Lily was as enthusiastic as a professional apprentice. She quickly gathered each piece of rind and put it neatly in the basket.
Có bỏ đi đi. Bà làm cho ly một ly nước ép nhá, một ít tí ăn nữa ha, được không? Rồi, từ đã. Khoái quá ha. Nào cũng ngồi đây. Để giúp bà bỏ này vào đây nhá. Vào đây nhá. Bỏ ở đấy đi con.
Every slice of vibrant red watermelon cut by Dad was cherished by Lily as she arranged them neatly in a bowl.
Bỏ vô đi con. Đây luôn.
Her movements were both swift and careful, as if she were afraid of ruining the fruit of their labor.
Đây luôn. Bỏ vô đi. Đây nữa. Cảm ơn đi nha. Bỏ vô đi. Đây nữa. Đây nữa. Thêm một ít nữa nha. Có vẻ hơi ít đấy. Và làm thêm ít nữa nha. Đây đi này. Bỏ vô ba đi. Đây nữa. Đây nữa đi. Đây nữa. Trái. Đây nữa. Cái này là đi này. Rồi ba để cái này ra đây nhé. Ra đây nha. Xay nhá. Đây qua đây giúp. Đây. Rồi đi bỏ này vào đây đi. Bỏ đây này. Đây. Cao quá. Đây. Đó đây này.
To help Dad even more, Lily stood up on the box, reaching out toward the mouth of the blender.
Đây nữa. Đây nữa con bỏ đây đi.
She nimbly dropped each piece of watermelon into the machine.
Bỏ đây đi. Đây này, cái đây này. Đúng rồi đấy, bỏ đây này. Bỏ vô. Rồi bạn nhé.
Under Dad's warm and trusting gaze, Lily confidently pressed the button. The machine made a cheerful whirring sound, and in an instant, the bright red juice appeared.
Đây đi, cầm đây. Đây bỏ đây. Đúng rồi, nữa đi. Tốt, đây rồi. Từ từ nhé. Đây đi, bỏ vô. Bỏ đây. Bỏ đây, này, hãy bỏ vô đi. Đây này, bỏ đây này. Đúng rồi, bỏ vô đi, nữa đi. Bỏ đây cho bạn. Đấy đó. Được rồi. Đây rồi. Tiếp nha. Được rồi đấy. Rồi con ta đi ngồi đi, chào bạn ý nhé. Đây. Đây. Coi ghế ngồi đi con.
It wasn't just juice, it was the proud achievement of a little girl.
Rồi. Chưa. Con ngồi đi, chờ tí. để làm cho Ly một đĩa nữa nha. Ly thêm một đĩa ăn nhé. Này, nó bỏ đây đi. Đúng rồi.
Beyond making the juice, Lily also helped Dad arrange small bites of watermelon on a plate.
Đây nữa. Đây nữa. Đây nữa. Đây nữa đi. Đây nữa. Đây nữa đi. Đây. Đây nữa đi. Giỏi lắm. Đây. Đây nữa. Đây nữa. Đây nữa. Đây nữa. Đây nữa. Đây nữa. Rồi, lần đi ăn nhé. Nhiều hả? Heo quá hả? Heo quá hả? Heo quá hả? Xèo. Đi xuống ghế ngồi đi. Ăn thì uống trước, cái nào trước? Uống cái nào trước?
Finally, the long-awaited moment
Uống
arrived.
rồi. Uống nửa thôi nha. Chưa mà no đấy.
Lily held the glass of juice, taking a refreshing sip through the straw with a very stylish flair.
Được không? Được không? Rồi, bây giờ ăn nào. Rồi, qua đây, ăn, qua đây ăn. Ăn đi. Rồi, mình ăn đi. Rồi, sai kìa.
Then, she used a fork to leisurely enjoy each sweet slice.
Giỏi. Đúng rồi, chậm lại thôi nào.
Perhaps because she had made it herself, the watermelon tasted much sweeter than usual.
Rồi. Lấy giấy nhé, giấy lau nhé. Giấy lau sạch nhé, nghe chưa? Đây này. Đây. Ăn đi để ba giặt đồ cho. Ngon không? Lấy cái hạt đấy, ngon đâu, cái hạt đấy.
After eating, Lily didn't just run off to play. She took a tissue to wipe the dining table.
Đúng rồi, lau đi, ở bên đây nữa. Rồi, bỏ thùng rác đi con, bỏ thùng rác đi.
And then waddled over to put the trash in its proper place.
Cái này nhá. Đi vào đây nhé. Biết chưa? No luôn rồi. No quá rồi. Đi đây. Lên cho. Ui giời, làm hết hồn. Lấy cho ba được lấy đi. Đây này. Đúng rồi, đây.
When she saw Dad needed something, Lily quickly ran to get more tissues and handed them directly to him. Watching his daughter's industriousness and maturity, Dad gave Lily his most sincere praise.
Ngon không? Ngon không?
Lily beamed with a radiant smile, happy to know that she had become a capable assistant, making their morning together so warm and meaningful. That morning began peacefully in the small house. Lily confidently headed toward the bright yellow refrigerator and pulled out her favorite carton of milk.
Nè, đi nè. Đi sữa nha. Thấy chưa? Này, rồi đâu. Sữa này nhá. Mình gấp lại một tí nhá, cho nó khỏi sặc nước nhá.
Her dad smiled, tenderly helping his daughter insert the straw and pour a glass.
Đúng rồi. Này sai rồi. Sai rồi. Đây. Đúng rồi, giỏi.
Watching Lily enjoy her milk with such delight, he patted her head and gave a brief instruction. Be a good girl at home. I'm off to work. But as soon as the door closed, curiosity and Lily's bottomless stomach began to stir. After the first glass, she was still craving more. Her eyes landed on another milk carton sitting on a high shelf.
Yummy.
The little monkey tried to cling to the wall, stretching as far as she could, but it was no use.
Oh!
An idea flashed. Lily pulled a cardboard box from under the table to use as a stepping stool. Crack! Smash! In her struggle to reach the milk, Lily's hand swiped the family photo frame. The sound of shattering glass pierced the silence. Lily's heart raced, looking at the broken shards and her dad's face in the photo sliced across. Fear overwhelmed her small mind. In a moment of pure panic, she did the most innocent thing. She picked up the pieces and hid them in the refrigerator, hoping the cold would freeze her mistake away. Afterward, she dashed into her room, buried her head under a pillow, and trembled with guilt.
Lily! 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 Làm gì đấy? Nó làm gì đấy? Hả? Làm gì trong tủ đấy? Đây đây ba xe này. Sao? Ra đây ba xe này. Ra đây. Ra đây xe này. Con làm gì trong tủ? Hả? Sao lại trốn trong tủ vậy hả? Ừ? Làm gì sai đúng không? Có phải không? Có phải làm gì sai không? Ừ? Hả? Ừ? Ừ? Có phải làm gì sai không? Lily, nói cho nào. Làm gì sai hả? Ừ? Ừ? Hả? À, làm sai hả? À, ha, ha. À, làm lỗi rồi, ai làm lỗi rồi. Ừ. Đi trên đây nè. Giờ ra đây ngồi và nấu thịt cho Ly ăn nhé. Đi chưa con? Ra ghế ngồi đi. Đúng rồi, con ngồi đó. Oh no!
Secrets never stay hidden for long.
Hả? Gì đây? Sao thế này? Hả? À, vậy là ba nhận ra rồi đúng không? Trời ơi, tại sao lại trốn tủ đúng không? Rồi, đây đứng ba nói. Ra đây. Đi đây đứng. Bạn xem cái cam lại nhé, được chưa? Bạn xem cam của Ly nhé. Đi đứng ở đây. Ba cho Ly xem nè. Đấy. Đó, Ly làm vỡ thấy chưa? Thấy không? Ba thấy này thấy chưa?
When her dad returned and checked the camera, the truth came to light.
Đi đây đứng. Đi đây đứng. Không? Đứng lên đây. Đứng im đó. Giơ cái tay lên. Không được cãi nha. Ba nhìn thấy cái này nha. Không được cãi nghe chưa? Ly làm hư cái ảnh nè. Bỏ trong tủ lạnh. Xong đi giấu. Đúng không? Nè, tăng tính vật chứng rõ hình dành này, thấy chưa? À, ta phải đứng đây một lúc thôi chưa? Đứng đây, còn đứng đây, còn đứng đây. Ta phải đứng đây, đưa tay lên. Tay này nữa. Đứng yên đó đấy nha.
Lily was punished, forced to stand with her hands raised high, her face crumpled,
Cái này ba lát làm lại nhé.
her teary eyes looking at her dad with a mix of remorse and a bit of self-pity. As her dad busied himself in the kitchen, a wave of childish resentment surged. Lily thought, Daddy doesn't love me anymore? She quietly lowered her hands, grabbed her small suitcase, and waddled out of the house.
Lily. Đi đâu rồi? Lily.
While her dad searched frantically for her from under the bed to the wardrobe, Lily had already wandered quite far.
Lily.
Hungry and exhausted, Lily ended up in a neighbor's garden. Seeing a tree heavy with papayas, she ignored her fear of heights and scrambled up to fill her empty stomach.
À, mày láo với bà mày thế hả? Bố mẹ mất tiền cho chúng mày ăn học. Học cái khôn đâu chả thấy, giặt là lúc mất dậy.
But the joy was short-lived. The shouts of the garden owner sent Lily running for her life.
Chơi như là cái váy lính thế hả?
Rain began to fall. Cold drops soaked through her fur as Lily stood lonely by the roadside. She missed her dad's warmth. She missed a hot meal. Passers-by offered her food, but it was strange and hard to swallow, leaving her choking with emotion.
Lily. 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 Lily.
That night, even when she saw the silhouette of her dad holding an umbrella, searching desperately for her through the white curtain of rain, the stubborn pride of a hurt child kept Lily hidden under large leaves.
Lily. Lily ơi. Lily.
She watched him go, her tears mingling with the rain. That night, the dad returned home exhausted. Long hours in the rain combined with extreme anxiety caused him to fall ill. He lay in bed, his breath burning hot, his strength drained by fits of coughing. The next morning, with her anger cooled and the chill of the night setting in, Lily found her way back. The door was locked, so she had to use a rope to climb through the window.
Dad. Dad.
Once inside, seeing her dad lying still, Lily thought he was just sleeping. She found something to eat.
Yummy.
Showered and put on her prettiest new dress as a peace offering. But as she approached the bed, she realized something was wrong. Her tiny hand touched his forehead. It was scorching. His face was haggard, and dry coughs echoed through the room. Her resentment vanished completely, replaced by the terrifying fear of losing the most important person in her life. Lily grabbed a basket and ran into the street.
Hi Lily. Mua gì đó Lily?
She stopped in front of a small pharmacy, gesturing frantically to buy a cooling patch for his fever.
Tiền của bạn đâu? Có tiền không Lily? Lily có tiền không?
Có chuyện gì vậy Lily?
Thuốc này dám $3 đó Lily. Bạn có tiền không? Lily. Bạn có tiền không?
Having no money, she bowed her head, signaling to ask for credit.
Không cần làm vậy đâu Lily, tôi sẽ cho bạn nợ lần này.
Touched by the little monkey's devotion, the shopkeeper nodded in agreement.
Thôi được rồi, bạn cầm lấy nó đi Lily.
Bỏ vô chỗ đi Lily. Bỏ giúp bạn nha. Đừng thêm Lily bỏ nhẵn nha.
Đi cẩn thận nhé Lily.
Returning home, Lily was as gentle as possible.
Ăn đi cho ba đây. Lily, em mua gì đây? Cho ba đây hả? Này gì đấy? Đây hả Ly? Này thấy không? Đây là đến đầu nhé. Đây này.
She carefully peeled the patch, climbed onto the bed, and placed it on her dad's forehead. Watching him fall into a feverish sleep, Lily didn't leave his side for a second. The room became unusually warm. The morning sun filtered through the cracks in the door, illuminating the image of dad and daughter lying peacefully together. She lay down beside him, wrapping her tiny arms around his strong arm as if trying to transfer all her strength to him. Every mistake, every punishment, and every ounce of resentment had vanished. All that remained was a priceless lesson. Home is where you return, and love is the most miraculous medicine to heal all wounds.
Xin chào mọi người nhé. Mọi người thông cảm nhé. Vừa rồi là ngày Tết Nguyên đán của Việt Nam nên bọn tôi không thể nào ra video được do là thời gian rất là bận nhé. Hôm nay mọi người ra video lại rồi. Lily chào mọi người nhé. Lily chào đi. Lily chào mọi người nào. Đấy, đang mải xem TV rồi. Xin chào mọi người. Bây giờ Tết xong rồi nên mình sẽ ra video đều hơn các bạn nhé. Lily hôm nay đi chơi nhé, được không? Mình đi chơi nhé, đi ra ngoài chơi để đi ăn nhé, được không? Ha.
Ok.
After a friendly greeting, he softly invited Lily for a walk around the village to enjoy the lingering spring air,
Đi mua trái cây ăn không?
and Lily happily agreed.
Không phải xem TV kìa. Chắc là mọi người nhớ Lily lắm đúng không? Kìa, Lily kìa. Ai nhớ Lily kìa, Lily không?
Dressed in a bright pink fleece outfit, she looked just like a little flower blooming in the spring weather.
Ra TV ha. Đây Linh. Đây nè.
Hand in hand, the two of them strolled through the village's clean concrete paths. Full of energy, Lily walked briskly, though she would occasionally stop to curiously peek at the vibrant wildflowers lining the road.
Đi ăn đi đi, đi thẳng đi. Rồi đi thẳng đi. Trời ơi. Đi nào đi. Đây đi này. Bạn sẽ vườn không? Bạn sẽ vườn không?
Their first interesting stop was a lush green vegetable garden belonging to a local. There, Lily marveled at the fresh rows of cabbage and the trellises heavy with long string beans.
Rồi đi tiếp ha.
With her curious nature, she touched the leaves gently with her tiny hands as if trying to feel the plant's life force.
Đây đi này.
Lily even excitedly climbed up the trellis to get a closer look at the long beans dangling right in front of her.
Đây Ly. Này. Nè.
Amidst the vast greenery, Lily looked so lively and natural.
Thật cá nhá. Ây cha, ngon quá ha. Ôi dâu ngon nha. Này Ly ơi.
Just like a little monkey, truly blending into the wild, the joy doubled when Dad picked some ripe wild mulberries for her to snack on.
Đây, đây. Hôm nay Ly đi chơi xuân nhé. Nào, đứng lên nào. Rồi.
Which she enjoyed immensely.
Ồ. Đây này. Đúng rồi. Này cầm lấy Ly. Ok. Nè. Thấy không? Đó. Ồ. Còn không? Đây nào. À. Đây này. Này. Lily. Đúng rồi, đi nè.
Leaving the garden, the two continued their walk along the peaceful river bank. Lily frolicked on the fine golden sand, occasionally stooping down to play with it, enjoying the cool feeling beneath her feet.
Rơi kìa, rơi kìa. Đi vào đây đi. Đâu, suối đâu, suối đâu, suối đâu, suối đâu. Mang đây. Đi nào. Xem có gì không?
When they reached a lush green patch of grass by the river, Dad gently pulled out a bag full of delicious fruit he had prepared.
Ngồi đây trái cây nhé. Đây, đi ngồi đây.
Lily sat neatly on the grass, her eyes sparkling with excitement as she patiently waited for Dad to peel each piece for her. First were the ripe, juicy grapes, which Lily savored happily and contentedly.
Ăn từ thôi nhé. Đây này. Đúng rồi. Sao? Được không?
Next, a sweet little lesson unfolded as Dad taught Lily how to peel a kumquat and eat it segment by segment.
Ngon không Ly? Đó, hơi bị ngọt đúng không? Ngồi đấy con, ngồi đấy con. Đúng rồi. Ngồi xuống. Này, ăn bóc đi. Bóc đi. Này, bóc cho Ly xem nhé. Đây, đây này, đây này. Đây. Bóc đi, bóc kia. Đây này. Bóc này. Thấy không? Bóc này. Ly, bóc này. Bóc này Ly. Đi bóc đi. Bóc đi. Đúng rồi, bóc đi. Bóc đây đi. Bóc cái Ly hả?
The small picnic in the open air, accompanied by the sound of lapping waves and Dad's love created a truly complete and meaningful spring memory for little Lily.
Đây. Đúng rồi, cái cánh này anh đúng rồi. Hôm nay ăn no rồi về nhá. Ăn no đi chơi xong rồi về nhá. Ngồi xuống. Ngồi xuống. Đúng rồi, ngồi xuống. Đấy. Này bóc cái ly xem nhé này. Đó, thấy không? Thấy bẩn đó.
The summer noon sun was scorching, making the air stifling. Lily felt the heat surrounding her, down to every strand of hair. Unable to stand it any longer, she came up with the idea of going for a swim to cool down. Lily quickly swapped her loungewear for a cute light blue polka dot bikini and perched her goggles on her head. She smiled with satisfaction, not forgetting to pack a basket of juicy oranges from the fridge for a mini picnic. To keep her trip a secret, Lily quietly picked up the basket and tiptoed out of the house as stealthily as possible. When she reached the lake shore, the sight took her breath away. The water's surface shimmered like silver under the sun. It was so beautiful that Lily let out a gasp of delight. Without a second's hesitation, she dove into the water. The instant coolness enveloped her skin, chasing away the sweltering heat. Lily splashed around happily, enjoying the freedom of the crystal clear water. After swimming to her heart's content, she climbed onto the shore and found a small wooden hut nestled by the water's edge. Sitting in the quiet space, Lily slowly enjoyed the sweet, chilled oranges she had brought. As she ate, she peacefully gazed at the tranquil scenery, feeling her soul refreshed after a vibrant summer afternoon.
Lily. Ôi trời ơi, làm gì đấy Lily? Hả? Làm gì đấy? Hi. Làm gì đây vậy? À, đi bơi hả? Trời ơi, sướng nha. Nè, con cà cao nè. Nhớ không? Vào đây. Vào đây nha. Có mang khăn ra không? Đi bơi có mang khăn không? Có mang khăn ra đây không? Để bà lấy khăn cho Ly nhé. Đây. Vào đây đi. Để bà lấy khăn nhá. Ly qua đây. Vào đây. Đây, vào đây này. Khăn này. Đây, khăn của con đây. Đây. Nè, khăn của Ly nè. Đó, lau đi. Sau đi tắm kêu ba đi đi nha.
Dressed in a stylish lotus pink outfit, Lily enjoyed a peaceful afternoon on a cozy yellow beanbag chair. However, the more she watched, the more her little stomach protested, urged by hunger. Lily jumped off the chair and pattered over to the familiar yellow fridge. Her heart was full of hope, but as the door opened, her face fell. It was empty. Just as she was about to give up, she looked up and spotted a blue Pepsi can raining high atop the fridge. Not giving up, her natural wit kicked in. She struggled to drag the wooden table over to the fridge, turning it into a sturdy platform. Lily climbed onto the table and her hand finally touched the cold metal of the can. But in her excitement, the can slipped from her grasp and hit the floor. Thud, fizz, the soda bubbled over, spilling across the shiny floor. Lily was terrified. She clutched her head, mumbling in fear. Her mind raced with images of her dad scolding her for being mischievous. Without a moment's delay, she ran as fast as her legs could carry her to grab an orange towel. She worked hard, bending over to wipe the spill again and again until the floor was bone dry. To make her plan perfect, she carefully pushed the table back to its original spot and hid the towel as if nothing had ever happened. Just as she sat back down on the beanbag, pretending to be absorbed in the TV, the sound of her dad's car pulled into the gate. Lily's heart pounded, but she maintained a perfectly innocent face. Dad walked in with a bag of delicious yogurt. He didn't notice a single trace of the
Thấy chưa?
Pepsi
Đi, đi
incident
nào,
thanks to his daughter's master
Đây,
cleaning
ngồi
skills.
Vào đây ngồi. Rồi chào bà tí nhé.
Seeing his well-behaved daughter,
Đây, con này.
Dad tenderly set
con
up the
đấy.
seat and put a cute little paper bib on her.
Đây, có thể đi nè.
The moment the yogurt container was opened, the aroma made Lily forget all her recent
Rồi
fears.
lấy khăn nhé, lấy khăn đã. Đây. Đây là cái này thì Linh nhá. Đó. Được không? Sao các bạn ướt thế nhỉ? Sao các bạn ướt Lý? Rồi, được không? Ngon không?
She ate heartily, so fast that yogurt got all over her face.
Ngon Lý. Ngon không? Ngon không Lý? Để vào xúc cho Lý nè. Đây, để vào xúc cho. Được rồi, con bỏ đây xuống.
Her dad laughed gently as he wiped her mouth and took turns feeding her spoonfuls.
Sẽ nó được rồi, đúng không? Ngon quá ha. Lâu rồi phải ăn chua chua nhỉ? Ui chà, ngon quá ha. Ui giời, ui giời, ui giời. Đấy, chậm thôi, ăn chậm thôi chứ. Nhanh thế. Ăn chậm thôi, đúng rồi đấy, ăn chậm chậm thôi, đúng rồi. Đấy, mày có cái giấy lau là không nữa, bay hết vào người rồi. Đi giỏi quá. Để mình mua cái ly thìa nhỏ cho Ly ăn nhé. Thìa to quá.
The video ended with a warm scene where Lily happily enjoyed the best treat after a stormy afternoon.
Ngon ha. Rồi, còn đưa đây, đây. Đưa vào xúc cho Ly nè. Đây, đưa vào xúc cho. Đây, bà ấy vào đây, xúc cho. Đó, thấy chưa? Đó. Đúng rồi, chờ tí. Rồi.
One morning, Lily woke up to find her dad's familiar figure nowhere in sight. She frantically ran through the house, calling out, "Dad!" in vain. Her dad was away, leaving the entire house wrapped in a heavy silence. After searching for a while, her little stomach began to growl. Lily pattered toward the refrigerator, hoping to find a snack, but to her disappointment, it was completely empty.
Dad.
Instead of sitting around feeling sad, Lily's eyes suddenly lit up with an idea. She would go find food herself. She prepared for her journey meticulously by putting on her straw hat, Running out to the yard, she grabbed her cart with a familiar green basket and began her adventure. Under the vast sky, Lily's tiny silhouette persistently pulled the cart along a long, winding concrete road, passing through lush green fields. Her perseverance paid off when she discovered a bush laden with fruit, ripe golden globes that seemed to beckon her. With skillful hands, Lily picked the first pomelos and oranges, carefully arranging them in her basket. However, a challenge arose when she spotted the juiciest fruits hanging high out of reach. Despite the difficulty, with unwavering determination and effort, Lily managed to harvest them. She worked industriously until the basket on her cart was overflowing with fragrant fruit.
Okay.
With her heavy trophy in tow, Lily excitedly began the journey back home. As soon as she arrived, Lily quickly placed the freshly picked oranges on the wooden table and carefully stored the rest in the fridge. After a long, exhausting, yet exciting trip, she treated herself to an orange. She peeled it herself and savored each sweet, juicy segment with pure delight. The most adorable part was that after finishing her snack, Lily didn't leave a mess behind. She mindfully picked up every piece of orange peel and put them in the trash. Still not satisfied, she grabbed a paper towel and meticulously wiped the wooden table until it shone. When the last scrap of paper was tossed away, the house was as neat and tidy as before.
Dawn crept through the leaves, marking the start of a new day in the cozy little home of Lily and her dad. He was already up early, carefully peeling a plate of fresh fruit. He then sat at the table and lovingly jotted down a few words on a small note. "Have a good breakfast, sweetie. Dad has to step out for a bit, but we'll be right back." He gently placed the note beside the fruit plate, not forgetting to put on his familiar hat before closing the door behind him. A few minutes later, the little mistress of the house made her appearance. Lily, neatly dressed, walked out with a grown-up air, tossed a banana peel into the trash can, and carefully closed the lid. She sat at the table, picked up her dad's note, and squinted at it with a very serious expression before starting her breakfast. After she finished eating, Lily put on her straw hat, picked up her small basket, and strode bravely out the door, ready for a hard day's work. She skillfully loaded bunches of fresh green vegetables and plump string beans onto a wooden cart. The cart looked bigger than she was, but Lily resiliently pulled it along the familiar village path. Her destination was the small market, where everyone was used to the sight of the diligent little boss. Coincidentally, just as Lily arrived, her dad was also returning home with a bag of food.
Hey, bác về này.
Một tràng bánh hỏi hay quay với nem nướng.
Một tràng bánh hỏi anh em chứ là
cơm đồ ăn đi.
At the market, a kind lady bought all of Lily's vegetables and beans. After receiving the first earnings of the day, Lily happily continued her journey. Stopping by a shop to buy a bag of rice before pulling her cart and its rewards back home. Meanwhile, at home, her dad had prepared a sumptuous lunch. The rich aroma of stewed pumpkin filled the kitchen.
Gọi Ly này. Ly ơi. Ủa? Ly. Ly ơi. Đâu rồi? Đâu rồi?
Dad!
Ủa? Đi đâu về Ly? Đi đâu vậy?
Dad!
Rồi, tao rớt cái gạo nè. Ui trời ơi. Thùng gạo đâu đây? Thùng rớt gạo nè. Ủa tiền đâu có gạo vậy? Ừ? Ở đâu đấy? Hả? Ở đâu đấy? Ờ. Mua gạo đi. À, con lấy rau cái bán đúng không? Phải không? Hả? Giỏi thế. Cái bàn cơm này. Ừ. Rau bột cho. Cảm ơn nhá. Rồi, nhất ly rồi. Cảm ơn ly nhá. Ui trời. Đây, ba con nấu ăn rồi đây. Các bạn ở đây nhé. Để gặp đây ha. Con chuẩn bị cơm ha. Con chuẩn bị cơm ly này. Con dưa leo này. Tí này. Cơm này. Không? Cơm mà giảm ít củ ly này. Ngon lắm. Thấy chưa?
When Lily arrived, a tray of hot food was already set out.
Rồi, để ba tí nhá. Rồi, tới đây. Tới đây. Đây, cơm. Cơm còn đây nhá. Dưa này. Chờ tí nào.
Her dad sat beside her, patiently feeding his little girl bites of soft rice, slices of crisp cucumber, and sweet pieces of tender pumpkin.
Bí này dính quá. Bí này ngon nhất con nhá. Chào bà tí ha. Đây. Đó, bạn ăn đi. Đúng rồi. Úi dồi. Cái ăn bí hả? Ý dài ơi. Đừng món yêu thích nhỉ. Ngon quá ha.
Lily blissfully enjoyed the meal, every bite filled with her dad's love and care.
Đúng rồi. Bí ngọt mà nhỉ. Ngon quá ha. Cảm ơn đi nhé.
In the afternoon, a friend named Kit came by and invited Lily to play.
Đi chơi không?
Gì Ly, hỏi ba gì đây? Sao? Có chuyện gì?
Lily immediately ran inside, looking up at her dad with her big round eyes, as if asking for permission.
Đâu? À, cái tụi đi chơi hả? Muốn đi chơi hả? Đúng không? Thôi được rồi, đi
Her
chơi
dad
hả?
smiled and agreed right
Ba cho tiền đi
away.
chơi nhá.
Not only did he let her go, but he also gave her a banknote.
Ba cho tiền đi chơi nhá, đi chơi với Kid mua đi ăn đi chưa? Đây, cho đây ba đưa tiền cho này.
Reminding her to keep it safe in her small purse, and didn't forget to put her straw hat on her head to shield her from the sun.
Đây. Đi chơi mua đi ăn cho Kid ăn với nhá, thấy chưa? Giỏi quá. Rồi cắt tay cho đi ha. Đặt nước mắt nhá. Rồi con đội mũ này. Đúng rồi, đội mũ cho đi con. Rồi đi chơi với Kid đi con. Đi.
Lily joyfully ran out to meet Kit, and the two of them skipped merrily through the neighborhood. The two little friends stopped at a roadside drink stand. As soon as they sat down, Lily quickly snatched the menu from Kit, playing the part of the big sister as she ordered. Her adorable bossiness made Kit burst out laughing. Soon, 2 glasses of cool milk were brought out. After they finished, Lily carefully took the money from her purse, placed it on the table for the owner, and then headed home with Kit. Before they parted ways, Kit waved goodbye to his special friend. When she got home, Lily found her dad fast asleep on the bed. Hey!
Oh,
Beside him, his wallet had fallen onto the floor. Lying open, Lily picked it up, her face filled with confusion and worry as she looked inside. Without a moment's hesitation, a bold decision formed in her mind. She quietly put the wallet back and went outside. With fierce determination, she pulled the small wooden cart straight to a familiar mango grove, where clusters of ripe golden fruit hung like lanterns in the sun. The sweet scent of mangoes filled the air, but a great challenge lay before Lily. The fruit-laden branches were far too high for her tiny frame. Refusing to give up, Lily bent her knees and leaped with all her might, her small hand grasping at the air, just inches from the lowest mango. She landed back on the ground, empty-handed. Failure did not discourage her. Taking a few steps back for a running start, Lily rushed forward, latched onto the trunk, and began to scramble up with the skill of a professional mountain climber. When she reached the top, amidst the lush green leaves, she joyfully picked the ripe mangoes one by one. With each fruit she picked, she would carefully swing back down, gently wipe off any dust, and then place it in her cart, treasuring each one as if it were a precious gem. With her cart full of the fruits of her labor, Lily eagerly pulled it to her usual selling spot. She chose a small corner, arranged her golden mangoes beautifully, and sat down to wait. But time ticked by. People passed, glancing at the mangoes, before hurrying on their way.
hi.
Each time someone approached, a flicker of hope would light up Lily's big, round eyes, only to be extinguished as they walked away. Worry began to creep over the little vendor. She started to droop, her small shoulders slumping. Lily's little heart ached when she thought of her dad's empty wallet at home.
One, two, three.
Oh. Just when she was about to lose all hope, a man with kind eyes stopped. He didn't just look at the mangoes, he looked at the sad little girl selling them. Smiling warmly, he asked, "Those mangoes look delicious. How about you sell them all to me, little one?" Lily looked up, her eyes wide with surprise, then flooded with joy and gratitude. She quickly stood up and carefully bagged all the mangoes for the man. As she accepted the money from the kind customer, it felt warmer and heavier than ever, because it wasn't just money. It was the reward for her perseverance and the solution to her dad's problem. That evening, after a long, hard day's work, Lily returned home. Her dad was still fast asleep. She quietly climbed onto the bed and gently placed the wallet, now full of the money she had earned, right beside him. That done, she lay down on the pillow, hugging the wallet as if protecting a treasure.
Đưa về đây. Ba mệt quá, ba nghỉ tí ha. Ba làm bên ngủ nào. Ủa, cái gì đấy con? Cái ví của ba hả? Cái ví ba làm chi đấy? Cái ví ba làm chi đấy? Con ngủ nào. Đó.
When her dad woke up, he was surprised to find money in his wallet.
Tiền này đâu Ly? Lại nhỉ? Ba còn tiền nhỉ? Oh.
After thinking for a moment, he looked over at his little daughter sleeping soundly beside him and understood everything. A wave of warmth and pride washed over him. He knew that his little girl had worked hard all afternoon just to fill his empty wallet.
Cảm ơn Ly nhé. Thôi đừng ngủ
He
ha.
simply gently stroked her small back and then lay down, wrapping his arms around his honest and loving daughter.
Lát nữa ba nấu cho Ly ăn nhé. Được quá, Ly giỏi quá, cảm ơn Ly ha. Tiền đấy ba mua sữa cho Ly nhá. Ha.
A few days later, while watching TV, Lily saw people swimming in cool blue water and was completely captivated. A dream of learning to swim began to form. She ran to the closet and found a pair of swimming goggles. A moment later, the whole family couldn't help but laugh when Lily appeared in a blue bikini, wearing the goggles.
Wow.
And carrying a basket with a carton of milk, heading straight for the pond out back. but her joy quickly turned to disappointment. The pond's surface was covered in litter and leaves, and she turned around, dejected, hugging her basket as she walked back to the house. Just then, her dad returned.
Ủa, đi đâu ta? Sao tủ mở đây nhỉ? Đi đâu rồi? Bà xem nào, đi đâu về đây? Đâu đấy này. Bà xem nào, đi đâu về mặc đồ cười ấy? À, hay là nắng không? Nắng đi tắm hả? Mày đi tắm uống sữa này. Kính bơi này. Cái này bà cầm nhé, vào đây nhé.
Seeing his daughter's sad face and hearing her recount the incident,
một cái phao bơi nhé, được không? Đi tắm buổi nắng nhé. Nhé. Đi ra ngoài nắng đó nhé. Đây bà tí nhé. Bà tí.
he immediately decided to make her dream a reality.
Rồi,
He
xong rồi, chờ
instantly
tí.
ordered a special gift for Lily.
Chờ tí shipper tới nhé. Ok. Rồi bà đặt đi rồi nhé, bà đặt đi rồi ha. Đi trên này. Đặt hết, thấy chưa? Chờ tí. Hôm nay người ta mua gần nhé, bao giờ người ta mua gần nhé.
A few minutes later, a delivery person arrived with a large cardboard box.
Hàng tới đi kìa. Đấy. Đây. Hàng về. Đó, đây nha. Bắt đầu tắm luôn đi nhé.
Dad and daughter excitedly opened it to find a bright blue inflatable pool
Hey,
and
mấy
an
đứa
air
này
pump inside.
Ây da. Ui da.
Wow.
Giỏi quá, đúng rồi.
Thank you.
Đó.
They took it all out to the yard and filled it with water, creating a mini portable swimming pool.
Đây Linh nha. Qua đây Linh, qua đây. Đây. Đấy kìa, thấy không?
Her dad helped Lily into her swimsuit and then gently placed her in the pool. She squealed with delight, splashing and paddling in the cool water, her clear laughter echoing through the yard.
Đúng rồi, giỏi quá. Nào bơi nào, bắt đầu bơi cho Ly nào. Đúng rồi. Giỏi quá, tập bơi này. Giỏi quá, đúng rồi, bơi giỏi nhá. Bơi nào, tập bơi nào. Đúng rồi. Giỏi lắm, đúng rồi, giỏi lắm, đúng rồi, bơi Ly. Bơi nào. Đúng rồi. Giỏi, đúng rồi, giỏi quá, đúng rồi, đi giỏi quá, đúng rồi. Bơi nào. Bơi phải nào, phải chân nào. Đúng rồi, giỏi quá, đúng rồi. Bơi đặt bụng nào. Đúng rồi. Đặt bụng nào, đạp đi con, đặt chân đi. Đúng rồi, đặt chân đi, đặt chân với này, đúng rồi, giỏi lắm, đúng rồi. Đặt chân đi. Đặt chân, đúng rồi. Đặt chân. Giỏi, đúng rồi, bơi nào.
Her dad sat beside her, his eyes filled with happiness as he watched his daughter having fun.
Bên kia nào. Để bơi chứ, đúng rồi. Ngồi đây con. Lạnh quá ha.
After she had her fill of swimming, he lifted her out, dried her off, and rewarded the swimming champion with sweet slices of fruit, ending a summer day full of laughter and love.
ngon ha. Ngon quá. Wow. Đây nữa ha. Con lấy đi. Ăn cam không? Cam không? Hay là cái này? Đây nhé. Cam tí nữa ăn nhé. Bóc đây. Ngon quá.
Lily's new day begins gently and peacefully in her soft bed. When she wakes up, her father is already there lovingly tucking her back in. This small gesture, full of affection and thoughtful care, shows that Lily is protected and cherished like an infant.
Chỉnh lại cho Ly nha. Đây, tay này. Tay này. Lạnh nhé. Có ngủ lạnh chưa? Rồi, sao? Chỉnh thôi.
Dad.
After she's fully awake and refreshed, Lily displays astonishing independence by taking care of her personal hygiene herself. The image of Lily holding her small toothbrush and meticulously and skillfully brushing her teeth is both funny and adorable. This not only shows that Lily has been very well trained by her father in daily routines, but also affirms her intelligence and remarkable ability to learn.
Dad.
Ly, ngủ mà. Gì Ly? Gì vậy?
Dad. Oh.
Cái gì Ly? Cái gì vậy?
Oh.
Trời, đánh răng cho ba luôn hả? Hả? Ba bó đánh răng cho ba hả Ly? Hả? Đánh răng hả? Cảm ơn nhé. Được rồi, để ba đánh răng ha. Để ba dậy đánh răng nhé. Thôi Ly nằm ngoan đó nhá, Ly nằm đó, để ba đánh răng ha. Con nằm đây ha. Ba đánh răng ba vào nhé. Chưa, ba ra cái nằm nhỉ, ra cái nằm. Dậy xong rồi đi ơi, xong rồi nè. Xong rồi. Đây nè, chàng cái ly nè. Cướp cho Ly nha. Cho còn lại cái ly nha. Rồi, vào đây đi con, đi nào. Đi nhà ăn cơm nhá, đi. Đi nhà ăn cơm, đi, đi. Đúng rồi. Nè, đi nè, đi nè. Đi mà làm cơm ra nè. Đi. Đây, con mà thủ lấy cái cây đi. Lấy đi. Mang đây cho ba nào. Lily, ta đã ngủ lành lành. Đúng rồi. Ta làm Lily nhé. Cái này ăn bỏ cái kia đi. Đúng đấy. Tiếp tục. Đây là quả phở nha. Rồi, con bỏ cái kia đi. Đây nè. đây kia. Đấy. Vào đây này. Một số đi nào. Cắt lại nhé. Đây là thử miếng. Ăn ngồi xuống. Hầm này ngọt quá. Ngồi im coi. Đi nào. Con ra ghế của mình đi. Ra ghế đi. Đây, ly đây.
As the sun rises high, casting warm rays into the space, it's time for Lily to have her lunch prepared by her father. Her father brings a plate of fresh, colorful fruits, already cut into bite-sized pieces for Lily. The little monkey happily nibbles on each type of fruit, replenishing the necessary energy for the day's upcoming activities. This meal not only provides nutrition, but also serves as a special bonding moment between Lily and her father, showcasing the father's meticulous and thoughtful care in her diet, ensuring Lily stays healthy and full of vitality.
Ngon quá nhỉ. Cho ba hả? Cho ba hả? À, cho hả? Ui, cho luôn hả? Ui dồi. Cho ba hả? Ui, cảm ơn Ly. Thôi con ăn đi nhá. Ly ăn đi, đây Ly ăn, đúng rồi Ly ăn đi. Đây ba cầm Ly. Giỏi, đúng rồi. Ngon quá, Ly bỏ xuống đi.
That morning, Lily received some small change from Dad's hand with a very important mission to go out and buy ingredients for breakfast all by herself. The obedient little girl began her very first journey toward independence, but she didn't go on foot. Lily had a seriously fancy ride. She confidently climbed into her bright pink electric car. The electric motor hummed softly as Lily pressed the pedal and steered the car out of the gate. Watching the way Lily spun the steering wheel and skillfully maneuvered around obstacles, everyone couldn't help but marvel. She moved through the small paths with the poise of a true driver, eyes focused straight ahead, her face radiating pride. The mini driver's destination was a familiar vegetable stall. Lily braked stylishly right in front of the shop.
Hello?
She articulately asked to buy a small pumpkin. After carefully using the money Dad gave her to pay, Lily didn't forget to bow politely to the seller.
Okay.
The round pumpkin was placed neatly in the passenger seat, and Lily continued her journey back home. As the familiar car horn honked at the gate, Dad was already there, waiting with a radiant smile. Seeing his little daughter return safely with her trophy, a fresh pumpkin, he couldn't hide his joy and pride. On other days, Lily showed off her cleverness by deftly snapping green beans into small pieces and tossing them into a basket.
Mẹ nhanh thế. Mẹ nhanh thế sao theo kịp? Cái mẹ đi. Nhanh thế sao mà theo kịp? Đây con. À, thì ăn cái hạt hả? Cái hạt nó ngon hả? Thôi cái hạt đấy là mẹ đi con. Bỏ đồ đi. Bỏ đồ kìa. À, đây. Ở đây nhé. Đúng rồi. Đúng rồi đấy. Đây nữa này. Đây này. Đây này. Giỏi lắm. Cảm ơn. Ở đây nè. Đây đi. Xem đủ chưa? Đủ chưa? Đúng rồi. Đây. Đây này đây. Bỏ đây. Đây nữa. Đây nữa. Đúng rồi. Đây nữa. Đây nữa con. Giỏi quá. Đây nữa con. Rồi bây giờ mình cắt khoai tây nhé. Cắt khoai tây nhé. Đây. Lau này tí ha. Lau này sơ tí cho ba nào. Đúng rồi, bếp giỏi.
Afterwards, she helped Dad wipe the table with a cloth, showing how neat and tidy she could be. Next, Lily played the role of sous chef, helping Dad peel potatoes.
Rồi nó bỏ ra kia đi. Đúng rồi, đây nữa.
She watched intently as he used the peeler and then helped arrange chopped potato pieces onto a plate.
Đây đi con. Bỏ đây này. Đây này. Cắt đi ha. Rồi nó bỏ đi. Đây nữa. Đến dài quá hả Linh? Nó bỏ kia con. Bỏ kia đi. Đây. Đúng rồi. Từ từ. Rồi cắt nữa. Đây. Bỏ đi. Bỏ. Đây nữa. Đây nữa. Đây nữa. Đây nữa. Đây nữa. Bỏ đi con. Bỏ kia đi. Bỏ kia đi. Bỏ kìa. Cắt thêm miếng nữa ha.
Furthermore, little Lily knew how to use fork to eat her rice and showed great poise while drinking her milk.
Ăn từ từ thôi. Đúng rồi. Ngon không Ly? Ngon không? Để bà lấy sữa thêm cho Ly nhé. Lấy sữa nhé. Đây, sữa này. Đúng rồi, ăn đi bà lấy sữa cho. Sữa nhé, bỏ xuống đi sữa uống. Đúng rồi. Đây là sữa. Cầm đi đấy, cầm này đi, cầm đây. Đúng rồi, cầm này. Cầm đi. Đây nước trái cây ấy. Uống đi. Chào mọi người nhé. Cảm ơn các em đã gửi quà cho Lily nhé. Lily ơi, Lily bỏ xuống chào mọi người nào. Bỏ xuống đi, bỏ. Đúng rồi, chào đi, chào. Chào đi kìa, chào. Để chào này. Chào đi. đi, chào tay đi. Chào. Anh đi bà đi đấy đi nhé.
Suddenly, a heavy rain began to pour while Dad was away, and the clothes were still hanging out in the yard. What clever improvisation would Lily the monkey perform to rescue the laundry from getting soaked? Let's wait and see. Next came the battle between Lily and the carrots. Who would emerge victorious? The little girl gripped the leafy stems with her tiny hands, leaning back and pulling hard as if playing tug of war. Sometimes when a carrot was too stubborn to leave the earth, Lily had to use both feet to brace against the edge of the basket for leverage, her face set with determination, as if performing a top priority mission. The lopsided battle between a tiny, enthusiastic girl and the stubborn carrots was nearing its end. Her face turned red from the effort. Her eyebrows arched resolutely. After a few breathless tugs, Lily changed her strategy. She didn't just pull straight up, she knew how to wiggle the carrot side to side to loosen the soil. An amazing display of intelligence. Finally, victory belonged to Lily. The most stubborn carrots finally had to lie quietly in the basket, ready to become part of a fragrant lunch. In that same sun-drenched home, Lily continued her vigil on the yellow beanbag chair. Her big, round eyes occasionally darted toward the main door.
Dad.
Her ears perked up for every sound from the street, hoping to hear the familiar rumble of her dad's motorcycle. Finally, the rhythmic putt-putt of the old motorcycle stopped at the gate. Lily, dressed in a lovely white dress, rushed out to greet him. But instead of the usual pick-up and laughter, she noticed her dad looked pale and exhausted.
Hôm nay quên mua đồ cho Ly rồi. Xin lỗi đi nha. Nay mệt quá quên mua đồ cho Ly rồi. Đi cảm rồi liền ha. Ly ha. Cái gì đấy? Đi để ghế đây à? Đi đây hả? Chào ba về hả? Ly ngồi đây chơi nhé. Ghế đi con. Ngồi ghế đi. Ngồi đây ha.
He mustered the strength to carry Lily inside and slowly lay down on the long wooden bench. His eyes closed in weariness. Seeing him like that, Lily's mischievous side vanished. She came up with a plan to make him more comfortable. She toddled into the bedroom, struggling with her small hands to climb the bed and reach the yellow neck pillow. The pillow was nearly as big as she was, making it hard to move, but she persisted, hugging it tight all the way to the living room.
Dad.
With utmost gentleness, she tucked the pillow under her dad's neck.
Cảm ơn Ly cho ba hả? Ba này hả?
This instinctive act of care touched his heart, making his exhaustion fade away in the face of his little daughter's devotion.
Này cho Ly này. Cho
Noticing her dad seemed tired and hungry, Lily signaled that she wanted to go buy something for him to eat.
Đây đi. Cho Ly tiền đi mua đi gì ăn nhé, được chưa? Nhá.
Dad smiled, gave her some money, and carefully reminded her to be wary of strangers and watch the road.
Bạn cho tiền đi mua gì ăn nhá, mua táo ăn cái gì ăn nhá, được chưa? Đi mua táo nhá, mua cái ăn nhá, được chưa? Đi, đi không? Đi mua nhà nhé.
Proudly wearing her small crossbody bag with the money tucked safely inside, Lily stepped out of the house with confidence. On the peaceful village road, she met a farmer hauling a cart of lush green grass. Without a hint of fear, she stopped to ask for directions and was kindly guided to the nearest fruit stall. At the stall, she acted like a professional mini customer, hand-picking a fresh, juicy red apple and paying the vendor in full before heading back.
Beep, beep.
Back at home, Dad's exhaustion turned into restless anxiety as the clock ticked and Lily had yet to appear.
Ủa? Ly đâu giờ này chưa về chưa?
Unable to sit still, he eventually took his motorcycle out to search the streets, praying that his little one hadn't run into any trouble.
Ly đâu mà chưa về sao?
Meanwhile, after a long walk, Lily had stopped to rest under a cool, shady tree. The aroma of the red apple was too tempting, and she couldn't help but take a few delicious bites. Right then, the sound of the motorcycle approached. Seeing Lily safe and sound sitting by the tree with her half-eaten apple, the worry in Dad's heart dissolved into relief. He called her name tenderly, and she happily ran to him.
Táo của Ly đâu? Táo đâu? Đồ ăn đâu? Sao Ly? Nói đi mua táo về ăn mà đâu rồi? Ăn hết đây rồi hả? Trời, rút đâu đây này, cái mặt này. Rút đâu đây? Trời ơi. Trời. Đây hả? Đây ha. À, táo còn ít nè. Này dơ rồi. Thôi bỏ đi nhá. Để mua cái khác nhá. Được chưa? Dơ rồi. Ha. Thôi nè, đi về nè. Sau đi về luôn nhá, đừng có đi lung tung nhá. Bây giờ thế xăng rồi. Đừng có tận nhá. Để tắm rửa nhá.
Together they rode home on the old motorcycle under the late afternoon sun.
Đi ngồi đây chơi đi con. Ngồi đây nhá. Ngồi đây chơi chưa? Phải giặt đồ nhá.
In the quiet atmosphere of the afternoon, Lily sat huddled in a corner, her big round eyes filled with sadness. Lily took out a phone, staring intently at the screen to re-watch happy moments spent with her older sister. Each old clip seemed to bring the little girl back to those days full of laughter, making her gaze even more distant and lonely. The feeling of emptiness became clearer as Lily tossed the phone onto the bed and ran to find her father. She toddled through every room, but only silence responded.
Dad.
Not finding her father's familiar presence, Lily wandered around for a bit and then headed to the kitchen, where she decided to do something special to fill the void. Instead of just waiting, Lily decided to prepare a meal for herself. With her innate intelligence, she climbed onto the kitchen counter but faced her first challenge. The noodle cup was on a high shelf. Not giving up, Lily found a cardboard box and dragged it over to use as a step. As the cabinet door opened, her face lit up finding a cup of mixed noodles. However, opening the noodle cup wasn't easy for those small hands. Lily had to use all her strength, using both hands and her mouth to tear the stubborn plastic wrap. After a bit of struggling, the cup finally opened. Standing before the machine, she operated it extremely professionally, filling the exact amount of water needed like a grown-up. When everything was ready, Lily sat on the counter, her eyes glued to the noodle cup. Her patience while waiting for the noodles to cook showed she had truly grown. When she opened the lid, Lily used a fork to enjoy the noodles she cooked herself. She ate the delicious chewy strands heartily, occasionally pouting to blow on them to cool them down. Right then, Lily's father walked in, amazed by his little daughter's independence in the kitchen. He couldn't hide his pride and emotion.
Ngon nhỉ? Đây này. Ăn đi nha. Ăn đi nha.
The two sat together, sharing the steaming noodles in the warm kitchen.
Ngon quá.
Dad kept praising the noodles Lily made, making her so happy she hand-fed her father. The sadness from missing her sister seemed to vanish, replaced by the bonding father-daughter love.
Liên rồi nhỉ. Này của Ly này. Ngon quá Ly. Đúng rồi, Ly ăn giỏi ha. Trời ơi, Ly nấu mà sao không bỏ cái này vào nè? Sang bóc này bỏ vô chứ, nó mới ngon nhé.
The video ends with a loving image, proving that no matter how small or lonely we are, we can always find joy in independence and the care of loved ones.
That day, little Lily came home from school to a strangely quiet house. There was no call from her dad, no familiar arms waiting for her. A soft cough from the bedroom made Lily's little heart tighten. She rushed in, and the sight of her big dad lying weakly on the bed filled her eyes with worry. The first patient of Dr. Lily's shift had appeared. Without a moment's hesitation, the at-home clinic began its operation. Lily quickly ran to the small yellow mini fridge, stood on her tiptoes to get the thermometer, and returned to the bed. As careful and professional as a real doctor, she placed the thermometer on her dad's forehead. The number that appeared made Lily's eyes widen. 39 degrees!
Oh my gosh!
The patient had a very high fever. The urgent task now was to find the right medicine. Lily ran to the medicine cabinet. But faced with two choices, a bottle of pills and a blister pack, her panic left her confused. Her hurried love clouded her judgment.
Oh!
In the end, Lily chose the bottle, believing it was the best medicine for her dad. Lily diligently brought water for her dad to drink with the medicine. Her dad smiled and patted his little daughter's head, completely unaware of the terrible mistake in Dr. Lily's prescription.
Đi mang thuốc về bài uống nha. Đây. Đây đây ha. Cảm ơn Ly nhé. Được chưa? Lo lắng quá hả? Ừ. Sao ha? Được chưa? Đây uống sữa. Sữa uống ha. Nhé. Được không Ly? Hả?
Just a few minutes later, a sharp stomach ache struck him.
Đi ra đây nhé.
And he rushed to the bathroom.
Xin tí nhé.
In that moment, Lily froze. She realized it then. In her haste, she had given the most important patient in her life the wrong medicine.
Oh my gosh!
Regret washed over the little doctor. But instead of crying, Lily decided she had to make it right herself. She ran to her secret box and gathered all the gold coins she had been saving. A brave journey of redemption began.
Ly, bữa nay ghé cửa hàng mua cái gì Ly? Ly, tiền Ly đâu? Tiền Ly đâu?
At the grocery
Ly
store,
gì?
delicious sponge cakes called out to her.
Ly muốn lấy bánh này à?
But the image of her sick dad at home was stronger than any temptation.
À, bố bạn bị sốt rồi Ly. Sốt thì có cái này nha. Miếng này hạ
Dr.
sốt nha,
Lily
Ly.
knew what she needed. She used all her money to buy the most effective weapon against a fever, a cooling gel patch. With her treasure in hand, Lily ran straight home.
Lấy thuốc khác cho ba Ly. Hả? Gì đấy? À, đúng rồi con. Cảm ơn nha.
She gently and carefully
chị có lừa.
placed the patch on her dad's hot forehead. Her
chị
small
có-
hand tenderly caressed
Cảm ơn
him,
Ly nha.
conveying all her gentleness and remorse.
À, cảm ơn nha.
The coolness from the patch seemed to not only soothe her dad's
Ly
fever,
ơi,
but also
đi lấy
calm
sữa đi con.
Lily's own anxious
đỡ mẹ
soul. Her dad
Đi đi
opened
con,
his
đi lấy
eyes
sữa đi con.
and saw his little daughter watching over him. There was no blame in his gaze, only warmth and pride. He knew that the best medicine he had just received wasn't the cooling patch, but the boundless love of his little doctor. He signaled for Lily to reward herself with a carton of milk. Lily obeyed. As the sweet milk flowed, she felt an immense sense of relief. Dr. Lily's shift had ended successfully. Her big patient would be all right, because he would always have the most dedicated doctor in the world by his side.